Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood therapist, and it is February 13th, and we are finally caught up and on day 13 in our series of lesser known facts and lesser known people of the culture for Black History Month. But first, quick shirt check. Black Mother. And I love the fact that it's set up like a periodic table because I was a science major in college. I was a biology major before I went back to school for clinical mental health. So I love this, even though chemistry was not my best subject. Now, in light of tomorrow being Valentine's Day, which all these Hallmark ass holidays, Valentine's Day actually is pagan in origin, but whatever. We all love love, right? But on any note, in light of that, I, for the past 2 years, have done some form of love stories, historical Black love stories for Valentine's Day. Well, I'm going to start a little early. This time, I'm going to do a post having to do with some form of love today and tomorrow. All right. So today's post, I am going to focus on three couples, and all of them are the Johnsons. So we are about to be keeping up with the Johnsons and finding out a little bit of information about these three Black power couples. Now, you may know these three Johnson couples, or at least one person in the relationship. You may actually know it when I say their name, but do you know the story? Well, we are about to find out. Let's get into it. All right, so first up for the Johnsons are George and Joan Johnson. In 1954, George and Joan Johnson started Johnson Products, one of the largest Black owned beauty companies, Johnson Products. Ultra Sheen, Afro Sheen, Gentle Treatment, and a host of other brands were manufactured by the publicly traded company which sponsored the syndicated dance show Soul Train, hosted by Don Cornelius. The couple preserved the company after their divorce in 1989, with Joan becoming chairman and CEO. The company has been acquired multiple times over the last 2 decades, first by IVAX in 1993, then to Procter& Gamble in 2003, and then to a consortium of African American investment firms in 2009 to reestablish its position as an African American owned company. Now, let me say something real quick before I go to the next couple. When you hear that a couple divorced, we always immediately think, oh, well, then why are we talking about them as a standard of love? They failed. It didn't work. Pause. Anybody who can sustain a marriage for 10 plus years, it was a successful marriage. We need to get out of our minds that something failed just because it ended. We have this societal idea that the ending of something in these type of scenarios is a failure. No, 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 no. They built a brand. They built a multi-million dollar brand. That is a success no matter how you slice it. When people get to a point where they no longer fit and they need to do what is best for them as individuals, there's nothing wrong with that. I would love for all couples to stay together forever, but that is not reality. We grow and change over time, and sometimes we no longer fit. So I want y'all to real quick understand that any of these couples that you hear me say they got divorced, and their marriage and their business coupling was very successful. Now, with that, on to John H. and Eunice W. Johnson. Widely regarded as the most influential Black publishers and entrepreneurs in the world, John and Eunice Johnson founded Johnson Publishing Company in the 1940s. The company served as a holding company for Ebony and Jet magazines, the Ebony Fashion Fair, and iconic traveling showcase of Black models and designers, and Fashion Fair Cosmetics, the first department store beauty line for women of color. In 1982, Johnson became the first Black American to be listed in Forbes 400 with an estimated net worth of $150 million. That was in 1982, y'all. Listen, Fashion Fair used to be on it. I still like some of their lipsticks, but it's hard to find now. Still out there, but hard to find. And then last but not least in our trio of Johnsons, Robert and Sheila Johnson. Robert and Sheila Johnson made history and became America's first Black billionaires when they co founded Black Entertainment Television in 1979, BET. BET was the first cable network focusing on African American culture and music and the first Black owned media company to trade on the New York Stock Exchange. After building the company to what Forbes then called the premier medium for reaching 35 million black consumers, BET attracted the attention of media giant Viacom, which acquired the network in 2001. Robert remained BET's chairman and CEO until 2006. He went on to launch the RLJ Companies, a strategic investments company with a diverse portfolio of companies. Sheila went on to launch Salamander Hospitality, a growing portfolio of luxury properties and lifestyle businesses. She is the only African American woman to have a principal shareholder stake in three professional sports teams: the Washington Wizards, Capitals, and the 2019 WNBA champion Washington Mystics, for which she serves as governor. Now, although they too did divorce in 2002 after 33 years of marriage, they did they thing in them 33 years. You understand me? And they still both individually are ridiculously successful. Okay? So, see, when you hear 33 years of marriage, you cannot say, oh, they failed. No, they didn't. Not if they became America's first black billionaires, they didn't. Now, I know how we feel about the rich, but that ain't the point of this show. All right, y'all. So, there you go. You have met the Johnsons, three phenomenal couples that were powerhouses and still doing their thing in the business and entrepreneurial world. All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode in our series of lesser known facts and lesser known people of the culture for Black History Month. And I will see y'all tomorrow for day 14 in our series. Y'all have a beautiful rest of the day.